Hey crafters! Today I want to show you guys how to make a cardstock banner, and it's actually going to be a layered cardstock banner for a baby shower that I'm going to be going to. So the theme I'm going to use is boy story because they're having a boy. So for this craft you're going to need some cardstock. So I have two different kinds. I have this is 100-pound cardstock. It's really thick and sturdy, so that's going to be used to be the back of my letters for my banner. I have some regular cardstock here, some white cardstock I'm going to be printing on because I am going to do some of this as a print then cut. So I have my printer here. It's an HP DeskJet inkjet printer. The model is 3755, so this, I really like it. It's been working well for me. You're also going to need some tools, so a scraper, your weeding tool. I'm also going to be using glue dots to have all the letters stick together. So glue dots, or if you don't have glue dots, a glue stick is always good too. I'm going to use some jute or twine to string everything together, and I'm going to use this mini hole puncher to make the holes in my banner. So you can use this, or you can always just use a circle and have a circle cut out of the banner, but I like this one because it's really tiny. And you're also going to need your light blue mat for cardstock, and I think that's about it, so let's get started. So to make the boy story part of our banner, I first need to upload the boy story font that I purchased. So I'm going to find each letter, and I'm going to have to upload each layer separately. So I'll show you how to do that. So we're just going to upload it as a simple file, and you'll see that we have both layers here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit continue, and I'm going to start getting rid of one of the layers. So I'm going to get rid of the yellow and clean it up a little bit, so we're just going to have this blue layer. So each layer will cut out separately. And actually first I want to just do this black layer, so now I'll do the blue. So we want the black to be our base background, and then we'll do the blue layer separately. So I am recording this over, so bear with me if it goes a little bit faster than I can talk. So we're just going to do the same thing. So we have our solid black layer, so now we're going to do our blue layer. So we're going to save that just by itself as a cut file, not as a print file. So now alright, so we're going to find our next letter. So we're going to find the O for boy, and we'll do the same thing. So we'll start out saving a solid black layer, and we won't have to edit that at all. We'll just save it as it is. That'll be our background, our initial layer. So I'm going to save it as a simple image and hit continue. And we're going to save this as a cut image, not print. You could always do print and cut. So now we're going to save each layer separately. It's hard to find what I'm looking for. So we're going to go back and we're going to do the B now. We're going to save the yellow part because we didn't do that earlier. And we're going to save this also as a cut file. So you can see we have the solid, the outline, and the yellow part. So I'm going to insert these just so you can get an idea of what it's going to look like, and you can see I've already done that with the two. So that's going to be our background layer. we have our outline, and then we have our center piece. So I'm going to change the colors on these so you can see what it's going to look like. So that'll be our middle, and then we have our blue outline. So we're just going to put that over top. And these will all cut separately, but I'm just stacking these so you can see what it'll look like. So now it perfectly looks like the Boy Story, or Toy Story font, I mean. So we're going to do that now for all of those letters. So we're going to finish up the O. So we already had the solid black background. So now we're going to do the one of the layers. So we're going to get rid of the yellow and make sure you get rid of all those yellow shadows. And that's just going to leave us with the blue outline. So we're going to hit finish or continue. So now you can see we have the solid black and we also have the blue outline. So now let's find the O one more time, and we will get rid of the blue and the black, and we'll just save the yellow layer. So I'm just using that magic wand on the left side, and I'm just tapping each layer I want to get rid of. Sorry, I just woke up, so I'm a little scratchy. So we're going to save this as a cut, and I'm actually going to go back because some of these images you have to clean them up a little bit. So you can see those little like remnants, dots I'm just erasing, because your Cricut will think it needs to cut those. So you want to make sure you clean it up. Alright, so now let's insert all of these to our canvas so you can see what it's going to look like. And then basically you're just going to repeat this with all of your letters if you're doing a layered cardstock image. So again, if you're just doing something really simple, or if you already have a layered SVG file ready to go, that's great. This one I just had to play around with a little bit more. So I'm going to move this to the front and change the color to my blue. And stack it. So now I'm just going to repeat this with all of my other letters, and then we can start to cut. Alright, so I'm just finishing up the last of my banner, so I'm just moving that to background behind it just so you can see what it looks like. And that's pretty much it for making and designing the banner. So now we can actually go and cut it. So I'm just going to arrange this just so I can see what it's going to look like. So then we will put the finishing touches on our banner. Alright, so we are so close to finishing, or at least starting to cut our awesome Boy Story banner and our little party props up here. But before I do that, I just have one last thing. I know, so how could I possibly want to do one more thing? Well, for this banner, I want it to have a background to it. So I want to do like one of those triangle pennants. So I think I'm just going to do a simple, take a simple triangle shape, and I'm going to flip it vertically, and I'm just going to stretch it to the size that I want. So I have to maybe like 9 inches by 9. I think that's expensive. And so the reason I'm wanting to do this first is because then I'm going to put these letters on top to see what it's going to look like. But of course, I'm not going to just have this boring triangle. I'm going to do a fun pattern behind it, because with Toy Story, they have a bunch of cute patterns like the clouds or the cow print. And since this is Toy Story 2 themed, I'm going to do the cow print, because that's kind of that's like Jesse's thing, right? Is like the cowboy cow print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to want to upload my pattern first. So I found a cow pattern that I'm going to use. So I'm going to go to, so I just went to upload, and I'm going to go to upload pattern. I'm going to browse, and I think it was under downloads, and I think I called it like cow print or something. Oh yeah, right here. So I'm gonna open that, and now, so this is what my image base or my pattern will look like basically. So I'm gonna save that. So now I'm going to go back to my canvas, and for this triangle I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make it print. And then I'm going to do pattern. So this is only if you have print and cut as an option. So then I have here, I have the option to do this uploaded pattern. So now you can see this is going to be my pattern. So we should be able to start making this. Okay, so I realized I actually have to make my print and cut about the size a little bit shorter, so I think it's going to have to be about like this. Alright, so I think we got everything to size now. Everything should be good to go. So now we gotta make 8 more of these little pendants. 2, 3, and again, I just had to change the size of these because I'm doing a print and cut. So if you're not doing print and cut, you can skip that part. So let's go to make it and see what happens. Alright, so we have a whopping 29 mats here, and obviously I will not record all of this for you, but first we are going to send our cow print pendants to the printer. So I'm going to hit print. So it's going to print to my cardstock.